is my podcast. It's called Show and Tell, which is knitting, crocheting, sewing, and some other random crafts that I like to do because I like to craft a lot of things. And if you want to find me, I am Ash Love Nerd on Instagram, which I am most active there. I'm doing some stories every day now. And yeah, all the links are going to be down in the description box. And I am usually not composed. I have no script, so this is how it flows. If it goes well, it goes well. If not, it doesn't. So yes, well, let's get started. So I have some finished objects, which one of them I do not have here. One of them I forgot to show you last episode. He was up there with John Doe, and I totally forgot. So yeah. So right now, I'm going to show you this one. I have a picture of it, and I'm going to show you what I use for it. It was crochet, specify. Here you go, so you don't see the glare much. It was a kitty cocoon or cave. I used MT Escutney View Farm yarn, which is 100% wool. It's from Vermont. I use some Soft and Shiny from Loops and Threads, which is kind of their brand of Karen Simply Soft. And a pound of love that I had left. This is in gray. This is gray. This is in the color denim, the pound of love, and this one was Spice Heather, but I dyed it like an orangey color. Why did I use this yarn? Oh, and I used some other like hand spun that I had in my stash that I dyed it and over dyed it, and I really didn't feel like I had any use for it. So I used 4 strands of yarn. This was the 1 pound Lion Brand, 1 pound of love was scraps. This was whatever was left, and I ran out of this, so I grabbed, I think, some Red Heart Super Saver after I finished with this. That was gray, so I would keep coordinating the colors. That's why you can see in the picture right here, the colors are so uniform. And once I ran out of the hand spun, I used some black Lion Brand's Wool Ease. And this was some 100% wool that I was not going to use. I was going to do felted slippers, I think I told you once, but it wasn't going to happen. It was yarn that I was not going to use for any other projects, and I felt that I wanted to do some kitty beds, some cocoon thing for the cats of my sister-in-law. Then that pattern is free on Ravelry. I do have it in my library. I do have it in my finished objects in Ravelry. If you want to go see them, the links are going to be here of my page, and you can go and find the cocoon. It's a very easy pattern. It's written in a blog, so you have to read it there. You cannot print it off unless you know how to do that, but I don't. So I was reading it on my cell phone, and everything is written perfectly. The only thing is, one of the yarns had a mothy smell, the 100% wool one, not the hand spun, just the one that I showed you because it was a trade. So I decided to wash it in the washer. I didn't wash it very rough or anything, just a normal wash and whatever. And then it softened up too much, so it disinflated. Like, it's not a tent anymore, it's a cat bed. Like, they can lay on top of it, but they cannot go in it because I washed it. So I think if you're gonna do this, do it with like 4 plies of Red Heart Super Saver, or 4 plies of Karen 1 pound, or both, like mix and match. That's what she has in her blog. You mix and match Karen 1 pound and Red Heart Super Saver, but I used whatever, and it was holding up as you can see in the picture, but when you wash it, it did not hold up anymore. So I recommend not washing it or finding a thicker, sturdier yarn, which I was thinking that the tea cakes might work for that. Just add one more strand of some other yarn to give it more strength. And it has some wool in it, and it's gonna be toasty warm, you know, for the cats. Especially here, it gets really cold, and I just wanted them to be a little bit warmer. So yeah, so a fail with that one because I washed it and it collapsed. Other finished object that I have is this one right here. It's the Stepping Texture hat. It is a pattern by Yarnspirations. It is free, and there is a video tutorial by Mikey of the Crochet Crowd here on YouTube. It is done with cables, crochet cables. I used a 8mm hook. I always go out this way. 8mm hook, and John Doe is modeling it. Okay. So this was some scraps I had from the mittens I did with this yarn. I think you're supposed to use Bernat Softy Chunky for this pattern. So I had this. I think the Bernat Softy Chunky is a 5. This is a 6 weight yarn, so it's an extra bulky yarn or super bulky yarn. And I used this, and it turned out just fine. So you can see it's really big and slouchy because the band, I think you have to count by 5s, and then you get right here, I think you have to count by 5s to get the design. I think I fudged it a little bit in once I was like up here in the decrease area, but you can't even notice it. So I think, let me show you, right here is the end of the tea cake, and this is the color Earl Grey of the tea cakes, which it has like a 20% wool content in it. And till here I used the tea cake, whatever I had left, and then I used some Loops and Threads Charisma right here, and then I used Karen United that I had in dark gray. You see, I kept with a theme of grays, and you can't even notice that it's not the same tea cake here because the Charisma, the Karen United is a 4-ply. I doubled up 2 strands, and it gave me the weight I needed for the top. And this one I just used 1 strand because it's already a bulky yarn. It's a 5. And it looks nice. Nobody can say I didn't use a whole Karen tea cake for it. As you can see here, the decreases in the crown, and it's not for anybody specifically. I haven't washed it or anything. I just made it because I love to make this hat, and I have scraps, and as I told you, I want to use all my stash in the back, even the scraps. So I found the use for this, scraps, and then use some other yarn that I had to finish it. And it looks pretty cute. Okay. Now let's go to the work in progress. Works in progress. I have this one right here. Let me get out of here. I find it easier to show you guys in pictures. So works in progress. I have this one right here. There is a better picture of that. No, it got out of the pictures. Ah, yes, help me out. Right there, if you can see it. This one is called the Sea Isle Tunic. I think it's Isle Isles Tunic. That's what I'm gonna say. Excuse me. So yes, I'm doing it with Country Fair Cotton by Premier. You can find this on Michaels, and you can find more colors online on the Premier website. I did check them out, but you know, I was in a time crunch, and there was some beautiful colors because they have more of the solid colors. So I'm using the turquoise color, and this is a fine. It is a 52% cotton and a 48% acrylic, and each ball has 317 yards or 290 meters, and it's 100 grams, and it's a fine. And then I'm using cream as well for that. I'm using a 5mm hook. That's what the pattern requires. It is a paid for pattern online. There, you can buy it in the magazine if you find it on Pinterest, or you can go on Ravelry, which I already have a project page for this shirt right here, and you can buy it for $5 on Ravelry from the designer itself. The pattern is very pretty, as you can see. The shirt, like the end result, is beautiful. I think the pattern is $5, as I told you. I think I did something that I got it for free. Don't ask me how, but I printed it free from the magazine. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And because in the magazine, when you try to read the pattern, it goes black, and then I did something that you can actually print it off. Just don't tell the police, okay? So, the pattern, I went to the Ravelry to see if there was any erratas for the pattern, but nobody commented nothing. The designer had made a crochet along, and there was no complaints in the pictures or in everybody's finished objects. So I was like, is it my brain? You know, is my brain like doing things that it's not supposed to? Or am I reading this wrong? I was freaking out because in the first part, I don't want to say anything because it is a paid for pattern, even though I got it for free. It is a paid for pattern, and yes, I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to. But okay, when you do this part right here, so this is the starting area. You start right here in this area, and you work up to make the chest and the sleeves. See? And this is a half double double chain, is it? A chainless chain, that's what it is. Half double chainless chain. I think that's the term. You see, I don't even know the terms in English either. So right here, it tells you, in this area right here, it tells you that you should do another step on top of that if it's a medium large or extra large size or other bigger size, because it comes in really big size, so it's good. And either way, it's supposed to be loose. So if you are a small, I recommend you do the extra small because it is supposed to fit loose, and if you want a tighter fitting outfit, you should go with a smaller size. So I am doing the large size for my mom, So it runs a little bit big, you know, it has a little wiggle room just in case it doesn't fit too loose or too tight. As I was gonna say, it has this part right here. So this is the half double crochets. So it tells you, instead of doing this same step, which is a double crochet, chain one, and then skip one. So it tells you, so right here is already a double crochet, chain one, and double crochet again. So it does not tell you to, in the second row that you're going to do, if it's yours medium, large, or whatever, to do the same step. A double crochet, a chain one, and then you double crochet on top of the double crochet. Now it tells you to skip a half double crochet and then crochet into the next double crochet and skip a half double crochet. And I'm like, what? I'm like, there is no double crochets there. There's only chain ones. I'm like, what are you talking about? So that is an error in the pattern. And it doesn't have the extra line because I skipped it. I was like, this is not making any sense, so I skipped it. And then I read, I didn't read, I just saw some other pictures of women that did like the large or extra large size, and they had an extra line of double crochets and chain ones on top of that double crochet chain ones. And I'm like, so you're supposed to repeat the same step again. Why is it giving me these weird instructions? I'm like, I'm not ripping this out. I already have the sleeves and everything. I'm like, it's going how it's going, because I swear, every time I try to do the top, it has errors in them. And then I try to find if there's an errata for them, and there isn't. I just picked the most complicated shirt patterns. But let's keep on with the body. So the body is easy peasy. Is it half doubles? Yeah, I think they're singles, doubles. They're half double crochets, I think. Let's see. Guys, they should fire me. They're single crochets, sorry. Single crochets. Single crochets all through this area right here. What happens is they're upside down, so it's a little bit hard to know which side is which. So with the blue, you can pick whatever color you want. I even saw one that had like orange sleeves and then the body was striped. So you can do it however you want. And then it tells you to like do a little increase. That's what you can see, that like curve right here. And then right here in the bottom. And then there, in the bottom lace, there was another oops in the pattern. But I made it work. I was supposed to like, whatever. I'm not going to complicate myself anymore with this. That's why I think I haven't done the other part, because this is a work in progress. I haven't done the other part because the back part. This is the front. I haven't done the back because it is driving me crazy. That pattern, it's so confusing. So let's get on with the other work in progress. So, I entered Candace Stripey Stock Cow for this year. I think I entered her cow because I believe she's one of the truest podcasters. She is very unique, weird, and you know, she is herself, and I love her. And she doesn't, I don't know, she's not fancy or anything, and I do appreciate people who are real in their podcast, like I am. So I entered her cow. I wanted to enter it last year, but I couldn't. I had a lot of whips and stuff, so I was like, oh, I can't complicate myself with that. So this is what I've done till now. How pretty. So this stripe right here is a dark purpley blue, and this is purple right here. But the camera, you know what it does. It turns the purples into blues. And then the heel is purple as well. It's Grape Soda by Lion Brand Stockies. And this yarn right here, the stripy yarn, was gifted to me by Erin, Give Me Yarn 418 here on YouTube. It's by Inspirations Dye Works, Fluffy Plus. I think that's the base. And the colorway is the Knitting Samurai +1. It is a 2-ply fingering weight, 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it has 400 yards or 100 grams, enough for 2 socks. It says here. It says hand machine wash, gentle air dry. I tried to look for the dyer on Etsy. She doesn't dye anymore, so it's a bummer. And it was just last year. It's so sad to see people who love doing things and they have to stop because their business is not going very well. And yeah, it's sad. So this is some socks I'm gonna cherish because I know the dyer doesn't dye anymore. She doesn't even have an Instagram page, and if she does, it'll be awesome because I would love to follow her. Yes, I only found her profile on Etsy, like her personal profile on Etsy, but I didn't find her shop. So yeah, so I did the heel flap, and then I did the gusset turn, which it was eternally forever, never ending. And I think now I finished with the decreases of the gusset, and now I just have to knit the feet for both of them, the feet for both of them. So I'm gonna knit both of those. And so the pattern that I'm using for the socks is the Mina's 2 at a time sock pattern. I already know how to cast them on and stuff like that. I did not follow. I think she does a the ribbing is different. It's free, so it's okay. She does a 1x1, but I think it's a twisted rib. 1x1 twisted rib. Yeah, twisted rib. I did a 1x1 regular rib. The heel, I changed it up, so I used the heel flap instead of using the short row heel because I wanted to make a different color, and I did not do the afterthought heel because I always get confused. Where should I start my afterthought heel? Because I don't know the measurements because I don't do it as often. So I did the heel flap and turn gusset heel. As you can see it, it's so cute and pretty. I have pictures on my Instagram, so if you want to see it, you can see it there with the real beautiful colors because it's not gonna show here. Now in acquisitions and things I bought, I did not buy a lot of things, so don't be like. I did buy a little bit of things, but they're not here yet. I am going to, let's talk about this because I'm talking about acquisitions. So I did buy some stuff. I bought some books and some yarn on Knitpicks because Knitpicks was having a sale, and I bought those things. I bought a Twinkie Chan crochet book, which I love her aesthetic. It's so beautiful. I love all her cute kawaii stuff, foodie stuff. And then I bought the Knitter's Guide to, it's a knitter's guide with to make color work designs. I'm definitely looking forward to that because since I saw it, somebody put it on Instagram, I was like eyeing over it because I love color work. And then they had this amazing sale. It was $13. The book was $13 on Knitpicks because all their books were 40% off and some of them were even 70% off. It was good. And then Twinkie Chan's book was like $8, and I was like, yes. I bought a cable for my needles, and what else did I? Oh, and the mystery yarn, which I'm going to open this box on Instagram. I'm going to announce it, so if you want to see me opening it up for the first time and seeing what I get in that mystery grab bag, just stay tuned on my Instagram and you'll see it in a live video, me opening the package up. So yeah, those are the things I bought. I bought the book on Nitpicks because I checked on Amazon and it was $18 on sale on Amazon, and I was like, no, $13 is a score. If I would have found Twinkie Chan's book, the first one on Nitpicks, it would be awesome as well, but I did not see it. I saw the second version of the book, so I grabbed it. It was a good price, and I always wanted her book. So yes, those are the purchases I did. I bought some patterns on, I bought just one pattern on Ravelry. Find it here. I know other people have been crocheting this, but I really, I talked to Alex and I really wanted his pattern because I bought the Hue Loco Mystery Yarn Club for Halloween, which wasn't very Halloweeny, but it's Halloween colors, so I was like, well, let's make this happen. So I got the Hypnotic Eye pattern here by Alex Reynoso, which he is Alex Creates on Instagram. I got his pattern, you know, to use that Halloween yarn. What is perfect? An eyeball with Halloween colors. I think that is the most perfect thing ever. Then I went to Joann's and they had a sale, plus they had like a 20% off coupon, and I got 8mm crochet hook. It's a clover hook. I've never used a clover hook. I'm gonna see how it feels in my hands. I think definitely it's gonna feel better than my bamboo Tunisian crochet hooks. Those are the ones I use for the bigger size, but my finger, actually, I think I got like a callus. I still can't, it's kind of numb from doing the cat bed. So I was like, I need an 8mm, plus I use this 8mm for doing those cabled hats as well. So I was like, I need an 8mm hook because I make a bunch of those stepping texture hats, and I use that Tunisian crochet hook. And it's because it doesn't have any ridge for your fingers, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. And it actually numbs my finger when you have to crochet so much. Then I got this as well. This is Defining Crochet. So I got this as well. Why did I get it? The top in the front page is beautiful. For magazines, I have to look at all the patterns and see if there is it's at least like 5 or 6 of them that I would like to make. And this one definitely had that. I'm going to show you in the back. As you can see, all those patterns are super cute. And this one right here, it's beautiful. I love that one as well. There's a lot. And this orange one right here, I would definitely make that one as well. And this one right here, I would change the colors of it with more black and gray colors, and definitely I would wear that. All of them. Once I saw all the patterns that I had, I was like, it's worth $7. I'm gonna have patterns. I can read and make tops for my mom for next year or for myself, and I don't have to fuss with them. I think they don't have any errors, because if they do, you know how it is, me and the crochet tops. I have so much bad luck, but I did buy that. It was $7.99 on Joann's. And in Joann's, you can actually use that 20% off coupon or 40% off coupon for magazines. You cannot use them for books. Is it? I think it's one of those. You can't use it for books, or you can't use it for magazines. One of them, but you can. It's not like Michael's. There is you cannot use it for magazines or books, but you can use it for one of them. I forget, but whatever. So they had a 60% off coupon, so I went and grabbed one of these. This is it's a wrap rainbow. This was at Joann's as well. It was another day. It wasn't the day I got the magazine on the Crochet Hub. It's a wrap rainbow by Red Heart. It's a 55% acrylic, 45% cotton. It has 623 yards, and it is a super fine or fingering weight yarn. These are the colors that caught my eye. You can see it better there. Look at that. It goes from cream to gray to the teal blue to more gray and then to black right here. And I got this because I want to make this top. I already had it set up, but I took it out so you can see the Alex Great pattern that I want to make so bad. Okay, this one is a pretty picture. Looks the prettiest. There, that top right there. I want to make that top with that yarn. Why? Because the yarn she recommends is the sheap Whirly, is it? Sheap Katona, and then there's the Whirl, which the Whirl is like this. The sheap Whirl is a yarn like this. The pattern suggests yardage is 1,367 yards, and so it's 13,000. I'm really bad with numbers in English, so forgive me. Yeah, so it has small, medium, and large and extra large. Crochet terminologies are US. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I have it in my library. So if you want to go get it, the name of the pattern is the Spotting Clouds Top. It's it's cotton, so you can wear it in summer. And I'm like, yes. It's like a fading top, but it's pretty and it's light and feathery. So I'm like, yes, this is what I need. And it's crochet, so it's gonna be fast. It's knitted in a circular way. So you start with the neck and you make the sleeves on that. So it's one top, no seaming, no nothing. So I'm like, yes, perfect. So I got this right here. It's not enough yardage. She does recommend to use another yarn with the cake. And I got this regular price. It's $11.99. So I got it like I got a 60% off coupon for this. So I got it for like $4 something. I paid like $5 something or $4 something. I don't remember very well. But I paid that for this, which the yarn that she recommends is like $30. Because it comes in different weights, and the weight she recommends is like $30. I found it on, if you want to go, there's other yarns like this. They run from $11 as well, like this one. Regular price, $11 to like $20 or $30, depending on the quantity. Because depending on the grams, because this is 150 grams, there's bigger grams on Etsy sellers that sell this. And I was like, right now I can't pay that much money for what I want, and I'm trying to keep my purchasing small and use what I have already in stash. So I have this Bernat cotton-ish, which is the same way that's the other yarn that she recommends, which is a DK. It's a light fingering, a 3, a DK, yeah. So cotton-ish is a 55% cotton and 45% acrylic. So they're the same content. They have the same content. The thing I'm gonna do is, instead of starting with the cream, I'm gonna start from the outside, because I'm gonna use this for the starting point, which is gonna be the beginning, and then I'm gonna transition with the black and then with the lighter colors. So if I run out of this cream, I think I have a cream a bit lighter than the cream that it has here, but I can put in the bottom and it's not gonna be that noticeable. That with the black it is gonna be a little bit more. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get my top and use yarn that I've been stashing and hoarding because they don't make it anymore. So goodbye, but I will wear you soon, my lovely. So other things I purchased was this woolite. This little bottle is for $4, for 20, for not 420, for I have 420 in my brain. I think it's $4 and some cents on Walmart, and it's woolite delicate. So the delicate one comes only in the small bottle, and it's hypoallergenic and all that. I bought it because it is good to use on delicate fabrics like silk and wool. It smells pretty nice. It doesn't have a very strong, like, punch in your face smell. It smells like baby clean, like baby wipes, you can say. You know, the scent of baby wipes that have that baby smell. I washed cashmere sweaters that I had, secondhand cashmere sweaters, because I cannot afford a new one. Secondhand cashmere sweaters, which when they were given to me, they had the tags for laundry. Like, she took them to the laundry, and I'm like, I don't have money to take these cashmere sweaters to the laundry all the time. I have soap, but the little bottle, this is a 16-ounce bottle, and soap, I have the 5 or 10 ounce. I don't know. It's a really tiny one, and it's really expensive. It's $10 for that little tiny 5-ounce bottle or something. And I'm like, I cannot be spending $10 in little things that I'm gonna run out. You know, I don't wash my knitting as often as I should, and maybe that is the reason why, because the silk is so expensive. The Eucalyptus is so expensive. Other brands are like $30 a bottle of detergent to wash. So I tried this out, $4. Smells nice. I did the same thing. I did a story about it. I took all the knitting that I was gonna wash. I put them in a bucket in my tub, and I filled it up. Not in a bucket, it's like a tub, but I put it with cold water, and I dipped it all in the cold water, and then I put this in the water and wished it around just a little bit gently, because I don't want anything to fall, because I did wash 100% wool as well. I washed my mittens because they were gross, and I washed everything. After that, I think I left them more than 30 minutes soaking in there. Maybe. I did use the measurements that it gives you here in the first line. It has 2 lines. I used the first line in the little cap and used all the water. So it mostly smelled like wool, because I had 100% wool, and the scent is very potent. It smells very gamey and woolly. Even though you wash it with whatever, even if you wash it with soap, it's still gonna smell like, it's almost like the wet dog smell, but you can clearly smell it's sheep. It gets that smell. This kind of smelled a little bit, yes, just like soap. It kind of smelled like something. But given that freshness, it did clean everything. Everything was nice and clean. Everything was nice and fresh. This is kind of a review of this product. If you have never used it for your knitting, and you're on a budget like me, and you have some woolly things, because we get coupons and we can buy 100% wools or on Michael's or Joann's, and we need something to wash them with. Instead of using dish detergent, this is a better option. Everything was clean. I dried it. The method I use is like I squeeze gently everything. I squeeze it. I don't rinse it out. Like, no, I squeeze with my hands as much as I can water, and then I lay 2 towels down. I roll it up. I rolled like 5 or 6 items in the 2 towels, rolled it up in big burrito style, and then squished it all up with my feet to get all the water as I could, and then I laid it flat in my closet because nobody goes in there. I laid it flat in my closet, and then in a few days it was dry. I touched it, nothing was felted. I didn't rinse it out. Another note I want to add, I did the same thing as you do with soap. You do not rinse it. This doesn't say, it does say machine wash instructions, but we all know we cannot wash wool. It will fuzz, it will felt, and if it's 100% wool, it definitely will felt, even though it has machine instructions. Wash it by hand. Do it nicely, gently, with love, and it all came out clean perfectly. My mittens that were the black ones, they were gross. You can actually see the nice cream color again. And I was like, so it works, and it leaves that light, nice, clean scent. Well, in the mittens you cannot smell it because the wool scent overpowers everything. But in the other, like the cashmere sweaters and stuff like that, it does smell really nice. And I was like, so this thing works. So forget about the soap. I'm gonna use Woolite for all my knitting, washing things. So if you are thinking about changing your if you wash your things with dish detergent or hair or shampoo, I used to wash it with shampoo because it's delicate and soft, use Woolite. It's $4. It's specifically made for clothes, and it is good for silk and wool, so you are not damaging your apparel, and it will help it last longer. It did not lose any elasticity. Everything was like brand new, perfect conditions. I'm not getting paid. I'm just saying my honest reviews about this. Bought it with my money. So, other things I got were gifts. So I got these gifts from my beautiful friend Lisa Yarn Denta on Instagram. She gave me some darn good yarn. It's beautiful. It's a turquoise blue. It's a little bit lighter than what is showing here on camera. And then, I think it's hand spun silk, made in India. Luxe Adventure Collection, Indian recycled sari yarn. Yeah, sari yarn, which is amazing. I don't know what I'm gonna make with that, but I'm gonna make something cute. There's the Osbilic opal yarn. I always wanted some opal, and now I do. So these are some socks in the future. Strong, beautiful socks. And she gave me a pattern that comes with the darn good yarn, which is a crochet version of this. Oh, it has a knitted, I think, and crochet version. I haven't opened it. It's a crochet version of a cowl for that yarn. So I'm gonna see if I make a cowl or I make something else, because I'm adventurous. So yeah, guys, this is it. This is all I have to show you. But I'm gonna say something else. The other things I was making, the sweater and the other socks, they're on hold for a little bit while I finish those socks, because I really do want to finish for the cowl on time. I want to try and win something, you know. And yeah, for next time, my mom's top definitely will be finished, because I cannot be this lazy. And let's see if I have some more hats and stuff to show you. And until now, this is all I have to say to you guys. So as always, remember to do what you love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.